Now, in a few of my previous videos, you probably noticed that I pointed out a specific user saying that he was a troublemaker.
I was just having to show each other.
I know, but I'm putting away our stuff, the stuff that we all died with, because I have almost all of it on me.
Gotcha.
Scare the shit out of me.
But then, Donnie,
I think we just made
I
an
could
enemy.
drop this on you.
Oh yeah?
Frag grenade.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah? Oh yeah?
Shut
Donnie?
the fuck up!
My fault. You think that I am named Kevin? How rude.
You were the one that drove.
Sit there, you could have rocket in the center.
So did Crypt talk any more crap after y'all raided him?
Yeah.
Nope. Well, he didn't say anything to us.
No, not directly to them, but he was PMing me.
They had several.
Oh, he was.
Ooh, there's one seat
Wow.
back.
Nice.
Nothing in the furnace, and there's the generator.
People get
Birds are
hurt
There's
easy on
your
that server, apparently.
Okay, so
He was turning around saying he's going to get his entire clan onto this server, and he's going to wipe everyone from the server.
It's just me on the horse, by the way.
Yeah, I know. So you're in the...
Check this out.
Ooh.
She wide open. TC's behind the door.
Oh, if you guys vote Dave, we can do candy again.
What the
oh fuck, he did put a base up there. What the f...
It didn't show a name though, did it?
No, it didn't.
Tower 3.
Where'd you find that?
Sleeping bag, it says Tower 3.
It's probably creep. Yeah, because we took out 3 towers so far, besides that one we couldn't raid. Well, 2 towers actually.
So he's probably AFK, but if he was AFK, then you wouldn't be able to raid his base.
Now I know what you're thinking. How did this all begin? Well, we have to go all the way back to the beginning for that. Now, I'm not going to get into the intricacies of how this all started and what happened. Just know that we ended up joining the server, a couple of us decided to make a clan. 5 of us at the time, although 2 people dropped out. And we ended up coming across Warlord. He just seemed like your average Rust player and didn't really bother us that much. You get raided, it happens, if not, then whatever, Rust is Rust. We did eventually come across a lot of buildings that were being built in the same fashion. They looked like heli towers, but they didn't seem too out of the ordinary. There was an event that happened later on throughout the wipe, where I did come across one that was active at the time, where 2 people were in it. One person was staying completely still even as I shot at him, and then a couple of minutes later, someone else started running around in the base, along with this offline player. But it was whatever. The 2 main people that we started to notice and interact with was Cryptkeeper and Warlord. They had the same similar names of random capitalizations and lower cases, but again, it was whatever. They seemed kind of, yeah, whatever kid, in the sense of what they would talk about and how they were saying that you should be great in aspirations and stuff like that, as you're seeing in the screenshots. But otherwise, we didn't really have any problems. We eventually realized that, hey, anybody who raids this guy, well, he hits them back tenfold. That's why we let Yogi go ahead and do it. Now, Yogi was not part of our clan or group or anything, he was just someone that we had beef with. But it wasn't too bad. Now, one day I did go up to in around where Jega and everybody else's bases were. We were not in a clan, we were not in a group, we were just friends who had our own different clans and groups and whatnot. And it was fine. So I knew where their base was, and occasionally I popped by just to see how things were going. I realized that they'd been raided, and when I mentioned it to Warlord, he ended up admitting that he was the one who did it, saying that it was basically revenge for them raiding him, and he claims that they griefed him on day 1, but they said that they didn't. All they did was they raided him. But he basically wanted to take them down and make sure that they felt powerless, just as powerless as he felt. Again, okay, it's Rust, but he made sure to do this vindictively. So me and a couple of the others in the Discord group started to talk, and we were starting to get really wary, because both Cryptkeeper and Warlord seemed to have a whole bunch of bases that we were accidentally hitting, but it was whatever. So we just chalked it up to, eventually we're gonna have to raid this guy. Especially since he started to get a little on the toxic side, and he was getting annoyed that we were raiding so many people. And even Cryptkeeper started to despawn loot to be a sore loser when Syntac went after him. But again, we thought this was all fine. We didn't really pay too much mind to it, until we ended up doing that big raid in that video we saw, and that's where it all fell apart. Now, unbeknownst to me one night, I ran to the bathroom just to use it right quick. When I returned, I ended up seeing that there was a message from Jega asking me about the base, and when I checked in-game, I could see that her messages were also in-game asking me what was going on. As I was checking the messages, I heard explosions, and I ran out to see that we were being rocketed. When I peeked over the edge, I could see somebody reloading a rocket and trying to aim at the base. I took a quick pot shot, and I've never seen anybody haul ass that quickly. So when I started to ask what was going on, this one user, Doom, which we'd seen a few times, started saying that we were basically one big clan because we were all friends or we were allied and agreed not to raid each other. And what was the sense of being on a server if everybody was going to raid like that? I asked what the hell was going on, and he started to continuously threat saying basically he was going to get his friends on the server, he was going to end up wiping the server. He started being really toxic and saying a whole bunch of stuff. Eventually, I logged off, and when I logged off, he had logged back on. So I logged back on immediately, and as soon as he saw that I had logged back on, he left. I stayed on for a while when a Warlord came on and we started chatting. He started saying some things that both Cryptkeeper and Doom had been saying, which I found really weird. Now, we had seen that these guys had been showing toxic behavior, and we were messaging a mod at the same time, letting them know what was going on. And because I screenshot everything, it was really being, well, helpful for the mod's case. I'm not going to get too far into what was happening with administration-wise, but just know that we were allowing the server owners and the admins to know what was going on. Then what ended up happening was Warlord made one of the biggest mistakes and he broke a rule. I'm not going to, well, you can pretty much see what the rule is, but I censored it out. After that, we got confirmation that he was banned, and not only that, but he was multi-accounting. So what we decided to do was, as an act of vengeance, go around and see if we could find his bases, because we knew he had juicy loot if he hadn't despawned it. We ended up finding a whole bunch of bases, and some people actually found that their other main bases. But we all wondered, how are we not able to raid all these other smaller bases earlier? Now, I'm not exactly sure how it happened, but I think they were all sharing protection across the different accounts. Eventually, we did manage to find their accounts, and we found 3 of his accounts logged into the same base. We took them out and stole the loot for ourselves. Now, thankfully for us, we were able to clear that guy out. And even though he was banned from the server, on the next wipe, we did eventually find at least 1 or 2 of their bodies, which just goes to show that even after wipe, your body will show up even if you're banned. But luckily, the server doesn't have to worry about that anymore. And as I said, the guy had 4 accounts. I think I mentioned them all by name, but who knows? All I know is that this was a toxic, multi-accounting jerk. And thankfully, we don't have to put up with his butt anymore.